YouTube? Philly J with Different Dimension Gaming, coming at you with the Infernoble Flame of Swordsman combo video. So what we're going to do here is we're going to run through 3 test hands. We're going to totally shuffle up random test hands for 2, and then we're going to have a constructed hand for the 3rd game, and we'll kind of showcase what the deck can do, what the deck can't do, and the weak points of the deck. So that being said, we'll just give it a little shuffle here. Make sure everything's fair. The deck is shuffled minus the 1 Flame Swordsman that we had on the bottom. A couple more of these. And then we'll give it a cut. And we'll see what we can do. So we're going to have Renowned, Gearfried, Fusion Armament, Fighting Flame Sword, and Flame Sword Drum. This hand's really good, actually. Alright, so you're going to, in your draw phase, you're going to activate Fighting Flame Sword. That will let you grab your Fighting Flame Swordsman. You're going to go Standby Main, activate Flame Sword Realm, and you can normal summon your Flame Swordsman. And what this does is the Flame Swordsman prevents your Flame Swordsman from being negated because your opponent can't respond to the normal summon. So off that, you're going to grab your copy of Salamandra Fusion. And then you're going to activate the Renowned in your hand. You're going to special summon it as a tuner. Renowned needs a Fire Warrior on the field, which your Flame Swordsman is. And you're going to Synchro Summon into your copy of Angelica. And she's going to activate her effect, adding your Noble Arms Museum from your deck to your hand. And then Flame Swordsman, when sent to grave, will send a Salamandra card from your deck to grave. So you're going to send your Salamandra Flame Dragon, and then its effect, when sent to grave, will let you add your Salamandra with Chain from your deck to your hand. Now you can activate your Noble Arms Museum. You can use the effect, pay your 12, and grab your copy of Durandal. Now what you can do is you can activate your Salamandra in the graveyard. You're trying to equip it to your Angelica, which will activate Angelica's effect, sending your copy of Turpin to the graveyard. Then Angelica will banish herself. And from your extra deck, you can summon Captain Roland. Now you can equip Durandal to your Captain Roland. Use the effect to search. You're going to search the other copy of Roland in your deck. Now you can activate your copy of Fusion Armament to reveal your copy of Ultimate Flame Swordsman and then summon out the original. Now you can equip it with Salamandra Fusion, and this makes your Turpin live in the graveyard to special summon it. And then you can synchro these two into your copy of Emperor Charles. Now you can activate the effect of Roland in your graveyard, equipping it to your Emperor Charles. And now you can link your Emperor Charles into Emperor Charles the Great. And then through Emperor Charles the Great, you can equip your regular Emperor Charles to him. And now you can use the second effect of Noble Arms Museum, because you used the first effect, you can summon out your Emperor Charles. Now you can use the effect of Salamandra Fusion, sending your Flame Swordsman to the graveyard to fusion summon your ultimate Flame Swordsman. Put it here. Now you can use your Immortal Phoenix Gearfried, banishing the Salamandra Fusion to special summon it from your hand. Attack or defense, your choice. I'm going to summon it in defense. Now you can set your Salamandra with Chain, and you can move to the end phase, and then in the end phase Angelica will bring herself back, and then Emperor Charles will equip the Durandal to himself, and then from your deck he will equip the copy of, I think it's, yeah, you want Ogier. So your end board is going to look something like this. So you've got a monster negate, a spell trap negate, you've got a battle trick, you've got a replacement effect, you've got card destruction prevention on Emperor Charles, and you've got the re-equipping a card which will trigger your Emperor Charles to destroy something, or you can use it on your Gearfried to negate a monster effect. And then because of your Noble Arms Museum, you're sitting on 35, 24, 33, 35, and 4,000 attack. And if you really, really wanted to, you could also equip your roll into something on the field, but you don't have to. It's more for follow-up than anything else. That's just any test hand. Now that was a pretty good hand, I'll be honest with you. It wasn't quite perfect, but it was pretty close. So let's shuffle up again and we'll see what else we can put out. Alright, so we're going to shuffle up one more time. And we'll see what other kind of hand we can put out. Those, give it one more. Give it a cut. Now, we're going to have Renowned, Flame Sword's Realm, Fighting Flame Sword, Magus, and Durandal. So first things first, we're going to go draw phase, Fighting Flame Sword, because you don't want to be hit with hand traps, especially Droll. And then you're going to go Standby Main. You're going to activate the Flame Sword's Realm first, and you're going to normal summon your Fighting Flame Sword using its effect to search your copy of Salamandra Fusion. Now you're going to use the Durandal on your Flame Swordsman. You're going to use the effect to search, and you're going to search your copy of, let's grab Ricardetto this time. It'll destroy itself. Now you can use Renowned to special summon itself. And Renowned can add the Durandal back to your hand. And then you can Synchro Summon. I'm going to summon your copy of Angelica. You're going to go Chainlink 1 Angelica, Chainlink 2 Fighting Flame Sword. So you're going to send your Salamandra. You're going to add your Noble Arms Museum. And then Salamandra is going to add your copy of Salamandra with Chain. So from here, you can activate the Noble Arms Museum, paying your 12, to add your copy of Joyeuse to your hand. And then you can use Durandal, targeting Angelica, which will trigger Angelica, to send your copy of Turpin, banishing herself, and summoning out your copy of Captain Roland. Now the reason that you always send Turpin is because it's the easiest one to summon from your graveyard as long as you have a monster equipped with an equip spell. So from here, you can use your Flame Sword's Realm, discarding your copy of Mages, to summon the original Flame Swordsman from your extra deck by revealing the Ultimate Flame Swordsman. Now you can use the Mages Engrave. Actually, no, we're going to use Salamandra Fusion on the Flame Swordsman. We're going to save Mages for later. And now you can use your Turpin effect Engrave, summon it out, and then you can synchro these two into your Emperor Charles. Now, using the Salamandra in your graveyard, you can equip it to your Emperor Charles, and then you can link him off into Charles the Great. Charles the Great will equip your Infernoble Emperor Charles, and then Noble Honors Museum will bring him up. Now what you can do is you can use your Salamandra Fusion to summon out the Ultimate Flame Swordsman, and then so now what you can do is you can use the Roland in your graveyard and equip it to Charles the Great, and then you can use the Mages in your graveyard and equip it to regular Emperor Charles. Then you can set your Salamandra with Chain. You're going to save these two for follow-up. You're going to go to the end phase. It's going to bring back your Angelica, and then Emperor Charles is going to equip the Salamandra Fusion, and then you won't have any room to equip anything else from your deck. So this is just another test hand. So the next one we're going to do is going to be the proper full combo perfect hand, and I can showcase what kind of insane end board you can end on. So let's do that. So for the perfect hand, you're going to start with Museum, Gearfried, Flame Sword's Realm, Fighting Flame Sword, and Renowned. So one more time, we're going to go draw phase, Fighting Flame Sword. We're going to grab the boy. And then standby main, you're going to go Realm, normal summon, use the effect, grab the fusion. Then you're going to go Museum, pay your 12, grab Durandal, and you equip Durandal using the effect. You're going to grab Magus. Pop itself. Now you can use Renowned's effect to special summon itself. I will add Durandal back to your hand. You synchro these two into Angelica. You're going to go chain link 1 Angelica, 2 Fighting Flame Sword. So you're going to send, you're going to add, and then off of your Salamandra, you're going to add one more time. Now you're going to use Salamandra in the graveyard on Angelica, which will trigger Angelica. We'll send Turpin, banish Angelica, and you'll summon our guy, Roland. Now you can use Durandal again on Roland, which will let you bring back Turpin. Then you're going to synchro into Emperor Charles. And then you're going to use the Roland Engrave, and equip it to Emperor Charles, and you're going to link into Emperor Charles, and you're going to Charles for Charles, and then Museum can move up Charles. Then you're going to go Museum over Museum, use the effect again to pay your 12, grab Joyeuse. Then we're going to use your Flame Sword's Realm. We're going to discard Mages. You're going to summon out Flame Swordsman. Now what you're going to do is you're going to equip Joyeuse to Emperor Charles, and then you're going to link him off again into Emperor Charles. And then, because of the effect of Joyeuse, because the monster it was equipped to was sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a fire warrior monster from your hand. Because now you've got gear for you. Charles will equip Charles, and then Museum again, soft once per turn, bring out Charles. Finally, what we're going to do is we're going to activate Salamander Fusion, equipping it to our Flame Swordsman. And we're going to make our big, beefy guy. I moved Charles because it's really important that we have Angelica here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set our Salamander with Chain. Then we're going to use the effect of Magus in our graveyard. We're going to equip it to Emperor Charles. Either or, it doesn't really matter. We're going to move to the end phase. Angelica is going to bring herself back, and we'll bring her here because that's the anima column. And then Emperor Charles is going to equip Durandal to himself. And we're going to equip Ogier to him as well. So this is a very full end board. So what are we looking at here as far as effects? Well, you've got 2 spell trapping negates, a monster negate, a replacement effect, a battle trick. You've got battle protection on this Emperor Charles. You've got card of destruction on this Emperor Charles. You've got a re-equip which can trigger Charles to pop a card on the field. And you've got, as far as stats go, 35, 35, 35, 4,000, 24, 33. So you've got an incredibly offensive board on when it comes back to your turn, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of interruption on your opponent's turn. Plus a bit of protection in your graveyard. It's pretty good. If it goes uninterrupted, it's quite powerful. Weaknesses, as far as that goes, Droll and Lockbird is huge. Ash Blossom, if timed at the right time, is pretty big. You know, opponent baiting you with stuff like Lightning Storm, Evenly Matched, things like that. And then, really, this deck does lose to Snake-Eyes because it just doesn't have the same amount of gas that Snake-Eyes has. But it's really fun, and it's really solid. So if you like what you saw, make sure to like and subscribe. Let us know what kind of decks you want to see in the future. And we'll see you next time.